Hey guys, Charles Calloway here, financial advisor to small business owners and their employees. And you know I love talking to small business owners and working with their teams and things like that. And today I'm joined with a new friend, someone I just met recently, Dr. Jen Lowry, and she's with Monarch Educational Services. And I can't wait for you to get to know her and hear her story. Dr. Jen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm just so delighted to be here and talk about the business and all the behind the scenes.
You know, there's so much. I think I could talk to you literally for 8 hours because your story is interesting. I can't wait to dive into this. Let's focus first on, I want to hear your story, okay? You're like a publisher, you're an educator. I mean, you like wrote 30 books, okay? What is it in your life that kind of drove you to this place to do so much?
So I've always been able to multitask and
Okay.
take on different projects like at multiple times. But when I was young, I always wanted to be an author.
Really?
And I'd go to libraries like what we're sitting in. I'm from Maxton, North Carolina. Do you know Maxton?
Maxton, where is that
It's
at?
a little tiny town,
Uh-huh.
like 2,000 people in Robinson County in
Okay.
North Carolina. And I was fortunate enough to live across the street from the library. So I would go to the Maxton Library, check out, but I never quite understood how a name gets on a book, right? Like,
yeah.
what is all the process behind this? And I had dreams to be an author, but I put those dreams behind because education and life and college
All the
and
things you're
career
supposed to do.
and continued to write. And then when I was in my 40, I was 40, and I shared my dream out loud to a group of 9th grade students. And they said, well, why not? Why aren't you doing that? And I said, why am I not doing that? So that's when in my later part of my life, I reached out and started querying and found a publishing company and was picked up by Traditional Press. And my first book was published.
Wow.
And that's when it started, because as I was learning their process, I was being equipped with my own way. So I was learning tons behind the scenes.
I love this. So a word popped in my mind when you were talking about where you lived growing up. The word is proximity. That's a big part of your story.
And that's why I also love access to books.
Okay.
Libraries, school libraries, public libraries. I'm a huge advocate for access for books and clean books, books that matter. So when it was time for me to start writing, I knew I wanted to write for children, young adults, middle grades, picture books. But I also had stories that could appeal to an adult audience. So I was saying, okay, I'll just be a multi-genre author. And I was in proximity again to knowledge. And with YouTube and mentors and connecting with writing communities online, I started to build a network.
Okay.
And within that, my confidence grew.
Wow.
And my courage grew.
Yeah.
And then I was able to kind of step out more in faith. And I had such a strong support system with my family, my husband. They believed in me and would say, you've got this, you can do this. So with all of that being poured into me and knowing that I was doing this because I felt led to do it, I felt called to do it as a part of a mission field. And it just all has lined up. And now it's Boutique Press, and we're a traditional publishing company, and we have 8 authors that we've signed around the United States and the world. We have
And
authors international too.
And all this